Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. In today's video, I have a little PowerPoint for you, but stay with me because it's quite interesting. Why you should play chess. Yeah, I just knocked something off my desk. Yeah, why you should play chess. Next slide, please. So, personal benefits. We all know chess is very good for your brain and increasing all these different things. I'm not going to go through all of the things, but patience. You're sat there, looking at a board and coming up with the best thing. If you just play the first move that comes to your brain, that's not going to be good most of the time. And so you need to sit there and think through all the different possibilities. You can increase your creativity as well because you're coming up with new ideas and all these different plans. You're looking into the future, trying to problem solve and manage your time properly as well, because you don't want to be in an end game with not much time left, but you want to make sure you use time wisely so that you don't end the game with 10 seconds gone. And I think for me, the main one really is this one at the bottom here, learning from your mistakes. I always say it's important to, when you lose a game, go through your game. And in fact, that losing is as much of a part of chess as winning, as you win and lose roughly the same amount. So the ability to increase your elo and the ability to get better at chess is really just coming from your ability to learn from mistakes that you have made. Um, yeah, benefits your brain. So studies have shown that chess also increases your grey matter in your brain because you're sitting there stimulating your brain. Your brain is essentially just a big muscle that when you exercise it more, it makes more connections and more neuro pathways or whatever. I'm not a scientist. Well, I am a scientist, but I'm not a neurobiologist or whatever. Yeah, I'm a physicist, so I don't actually know anything about the brain. But anyway, it's been proven to improve short and long term memory, which I mean, we all want long term and short term memory. So yeah, play chess. It slows cognitive decline in a study with Alzheimer's patients. It was shown to prevent it and be more of a protective measure against Alzheimer's. Um, the group that studied chess, far fewer of them had um, ended up developing symptoms of Alzheimer's. And it also stimulates neuroplasticity, which is essentially your brain's ability to adapt to new challenges. So, for example, if you, I don't know, say you've never played football before, and someone tells you to go on to the football pitch and start playing football, you'll be able to adapt to the situation more quickly and be better at playing football as a result, simply because you play chess. And so you can see how those kind of skills are transferable. And yeah, you'd think it's just a game, but it is quite real how transferable all these different skills are. For example, I noticed a very, very significant increase in my ability to study and my ability to just sit down and focus on one specific thing. Even if it was, in the library at my university studying for an exam, which is strange how chess can have an impact on your actual everyday, day to day life. Um, but it's been proven in multiple studies time and time again. And so I think it's just a very good thing about chess that people aren't talking about enough, I feel. It also has other physical benefits as well, like better muscle connection. So, say you go to the gym, you're a big gym lad. When you're lifting the weights, you can activate those muscles a lot better. Or say you're doing some sprints or something, you can really activate those muscles and push harder than anyone else. So play chess. In fact, even people like Usain Bolt have been known to play chess as well. Um, so yeah, play chess. Play chess. You should play chess. Yeah, chess in schools. So there's a charity that I've worked with before, just in my local area. I've done a few sessions for kids near me and stuff. Um, but yeah, very good charity, and essentially what they try and do is just get more people playing chess because again, as I said before, many studies have been done, but it increases numeracy and literacy in children, so the ability to read, write, and add, essentially. Um, and in one school in New York, I believe it was, introducing chess. After introducing chess, they saw a decrease in suspensions by 60%, which is pretty mental. Yeah, there's a very common stereotype that, oh, it's only smart people who play chess. But in actuality, I think it's the other way around. I think it's playing chess makes you smart. All of these benefits that I've listed, um, they make you into someone who is more likely to succeed, who is more likely to be better at studying, who is more likely to go into, I don't know, one of these typically smart things that have very similar traits, like maths, for example, like algorithms and just sitting there and calculating and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think that's quite a common misconception. It's not just smart people who play chess, it's chess that makes people smart. And then those people then go on and, yeah, create the circle of life, circle of chess. Yeah, also something throughout the USSR history, chess was mandatory and it was heavily subsidized as well by the government. And they used it during the Cold War as a sort of flexing mechanism when they were like the ultimate chess superpower. So all of the top players were Russian. Everyone always looked up to the Russian players, and in fact, Bobby Fischer, the great American player, when he was learning to play chess, he actually taught himself very basic Russian to be able to read these Russian textbooks and to be able to actually learn from the greats of the game because no one else really compared to the Russians. Um, but yeah, the Russians saw chess as a way to show their superiority over the Western civilization, and yeah, it was just shown that if because they were better at chess, they were better at everything else. Because chess is so transferable, and it's just a battle between two people. There's nothing that can get in the way of those two people other than the chessboard in that situation. Um, yeah, and another good thing about chess, I don't know where to put my head. I'll put it over here. Yeah, another good thing about chess is it doesn't matter who you are, what background you are. You can still play chess. In fact, people don't even need a chessboard or pieces. I was in Uganda, where I'll tell this story in a moment, um, and there were these kids from the local village, and they were drawing like lines on basically like a wooden table, but I mean even in the mud and stuff, and using just bits and bobs as different pieces. The only rules in chess are how the piece moves. There's no, you don't need a piece. You don't need the board and all the pieces, etc. And yeah, there's this very phenomenal story of Fiona Mutesi. I don't know if I pronounced her name right. Probably not. Yeah, who grew up in the slums of Uganda. Her father died at a very young age. She was introduced to chess age 9, and after grinding very very hard, she joined the national team for Uganda, and she's beaten some very very strong players. She's now titled, and in I think 2012, Disney released a film about her. I think there was a book about her before that as well, called The Queen of Katwe. Katwe. Um, yeah, and this is her here in this photo in the bottom right. A very good chess player, and yeah, she'd managed to make a very very good life just playing chess. And stories like this are why chess is such a great sport, even though it's not really a sport, a game, I guess. Anyone can play it. You don't need, I don't know, a basketball hoop. You don't need running shoes, etc. You don't need all this fancy equipment. You just need to know the rules of the game, and you can play it. Um, yeah, here I think this is from like a Bobby Fischer like remake, like film that they did or something. But yeah, Bobby Fischer again. I mentioned him before, one of the greatest players ever. His mother was a single mother. She was a refugee from Europe because she was Jewish, and so she fled to America. And Bobby grew up very, very poor. He wasn't allowed out of the house when he was younger, and he was basically forced to play chess. And that's how he became really good at it. Chess became his outlet for his loneliness. He didn't have very many friends either, and he just became very, very good at it. And again, managed to make a living through chess. And yeah, just managed to use chess for his personal gain and benefit, which benefited all of us here as well. So yeah, shout out chess for doing that. It also teaches working with computers and endless possibilities, but we'll go to that slide in just a moment. Yeah, so ex-world champion Garry Kasparov here in the bottom, you can see, famously lost versus Deep Blue in 1997, which was seen as the final battle of humans versus machines. And it was seen as that day where he lost that computers overtook humans. Yeah, but nowadays, every single player uses the computer, the chess AI, the chess engine to analyze their games. The one on the free app on your phone is better than Deep Blue was back in the day. So it shows how you can work with computers and not against them. In many industries, in many different areas of the world, people are being replaced by computers, but not in chess. In chess, we're working with computers, and Garry Kasparov himself actually did a very, very interesting talk on how we can work with computers as opposed to making them the enemy, because computers are the future, whether we like it or not. And chess is a very good way of illustrating that. Now, chess also is a very simple game. Like I said, the only rules are how the pieces move. The knight moves in an L shape, the rook moves up and down and to the side, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. But in reality, it's so complex. There are more possible games of chess, as I've said here, than atoms in the universe multiplied by grains of sand on Earth. Think about how many grains of sand there are on Earth, and then do that again. That's a lot of numbers. That's a big number, and the Shannon number, which is how many games, how many possible chess positions there are, is bigger than that. Mental, absolutely crazy, absolutely mental. And yeah, as a chess player, it's your job to wade through all of those possibilities, all of these different games, and come out the victor, come out better. Yeah, after a certain game, obviously you start in the exact same position every single time, but every single time, every single game, there's what we call a novelty move where you reach a new position that's never been reached before, and at that point you're on your own. There's no analysis. You can't bring the computers with you to play the game for you. You just have to sit there and calculate, and it just teaches how to just, like I said, sit there, calculate, work out every possibility, go through your mental model that you have, that you've learned while playing chess, of how to get better and how to look at the position and win, essentially, which is a very transferable skill to everything else as well, like I've mentioned. Yeah, it also teaches many other things such as self-improvement. So even in losing games, even in losing positions, there is still a best move. If I was, I don't know, an exchange up and I was playing Magnus Carlsen, I would still probably lose the game, right? So there is a best move for my opponent being in an exchange down. This is transferable to life, because your best move, if you're, instead of saying losing position, if you're in a losing scenario, so if you wake up and you're feeling bad, your best move in that situation probably isn't just lying in bed on your phone, is it? Get up, go for a walk, go and, I don't know, hug your mum, go and I don't know, do what you want, brush your teeth, do something, get out of bed, stop being on your phone. Yeah, that's something that I've learned from chess. There's always something you can do in any position, in any scenario. Also, accountability. So if you lose a chess game, you can't blame anything else. The only thing you can blame was you being stupid, because the computer or Magnus Carlsen would have won the game from your position. So the only reason you lost was you being stupid. And so you need to improve, see where you went wrong, see that 1 or 2 moves where maybe you came up with the wrong plan, and not do that again. Improve for future rounds, which is what you should be doing throughout your life and in general. If you mess up, admit you've messed up and move on, and just don't do it again, or try your best not to do it again. Delayed gratification. So maybe sometimes you need to play a little bit slowly to in the future have a much better position, or even just the ability to study chess. So just sit there and study chess and study some lines, and then in a game in the future, those exact lines will come up, and you can say, "Oh, I'm very glad that I learned those lines because now I've just won this game as a direct result of that." Yeah, so that's everything I had on this PowerPoint. I just thought I'd also mention, if I have inspired you to start playing chess, then let me know in the comments, because that'd be cool. Yeah, and also I also offer one-to-one coaching. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, my current offer is I'll get you to 1800 no matter your starting elo. The training program I have will take different amounts of time depending on your starting elo, but I will get you to 1800 no matter what. So if that sounds up your street, click the top link in the description, let me know, and we'll get on a call together, we'll start talking, and yeah, maybe you'll be a good fit for my program. So yeah, that's all I had today. Yeah, why you should play chess, that's why. All these different things, all these different benefits. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let me just make myself really big. Wow, I'm really big, right? Thank you very much for watching, everyone. See you in the next video, and goodbye. I love you. Mwah.